Welcome to today's video. Today we're taking a look at the fascinating world of new kinds of mobility that the future holds. We will explore how self-driving cars and pilotless planes are changing our cities and society, and how architecture and urban planning must respond to these innovations. Get ready to journey into a world where technology and design are co-creating a new era of mobility. Today, we'll look at what exactly the new modes of mobility mean and how they affect our society. New types of mobility include technologically advanced means of transport such as autonomous vehicles, or self-driving cars, and pilotless aircraft such as drones. These innovations promise increased efficiency, safety, and sustainability of transport for all of us. We now look at the key technological innovations that are enabling the development of these new types of mobility. Firstly, advanced sensors such as LiDAR, radar, and optical cameras allow unmanned vehicles and aircraft to sense their surroundings in real time. Next, artificial intelligence plays a key role in controlling these vehicles, analyzing sensor data, and making decisions in various traffic situations. Finally, V2X communications, which includes communication between vehicles and infrastructure, along with electric propulsion, are contributing to more efficient and environmentally friendly transportation. New modes of mobility have the potential to improve the safety, efficiency, sustainability, and accessibility of transport. Thanks to advanced technologies, they can avoid accidents, reduce travel times, and help reduce emissions. In addition, new modes of mobility can bring social and economic benefits such as the creation of new jobs, changes in transport patterns, and improved mobility for people with disabilities or the elderly. We will now turn our attention to the future challenges and opportunities associated with new types of mobility. Key challenges include legislation, ethical issues, cybersecurity, and the integration of these technologies into existing infrastructure and urban spaces. However, this era of new types of mobility also brings many opportunities for cross-sector collaboration and innovation that can fundamentally transform the way we move and interact with our environment. With the advent of new modes of mobility, it is important that architecture and urban planning respond to these technological changes to take into account the needs of citizens and improve the sustainability of cities. Some cities and projects are already starting to incorporate new modes of mobility into their plans and visions. For example, in Singapore, where they are testing self-driving buses, or in projects such as Sidewalk Toronto, which proposes urban neighborhoods adapted to autonomous vehicles and smart transport solutions. If architecture and urban planning successfully adapt to new types of mobility, we can expect many potential benefits, such as reduced congestion, improved road safety, and environmental improvements through lower emissions and optimized use of public space. Another example of a city responding to new mobility modes is the city of Hamburg in Germany. Hamburg plans to create a network of smart roads and infrastructure that supports autonomous vehicles, shared mobility, and electromobility. In Copenhagen, Denmark, urban planning includes the creation of cycle highways that connect the city and surrounding areas and promote more sustainable modes of transport. At the same time, there are ongoing trials with drones for goods and emergency services. In order to fully exploit the potential of new modes of mobility, careful consideration needs to be given to how to integrate these technologies into architecture and urban planning. This involves collaboration between experts from different disciplines such as architects, urban planners, traffic engineers, policymakers, and technology innovators. Adapting road infrastructure and parking spaces for self-driving cars is a key element for the successful integration of these vehicles into our cities. This includes changes in the design of roads, pavements, intersections, and parking facilities. Vehicle-to-infrastructure communication, known as V2I, also plays an important role. This technology allows autonomous vehicles to better navigate, optimize intersection passage, and anticipate and solve potential traffic problems. Urban planning and public space must also reflect the needs of autonomous vehicles. This includes creating passenger pickup and drop-off zones, car-sharing zones, and adapting public lighting and road signs to new technologies. Let's take a look at some examples of projects that have already successfully integrated self-driving cars into the urban environment and how these projects are bringing positive changes to transport and quality of life for residents. In Milton Keynes, UK, a pilot project is underway to explore the possibilities of autonomous transport in urban environments. The project involves testing self-driving minibuses and integrating them into public transport. Extensive research and development on autonomous transport is being carried out in Singapore. Among other things, the city is already testing robotic vehicles for street cleaning, contributing to a more efficient and sustainable urban environment. For self-driving cars to become a regular part of our urban environment, we need to continuously work on innovating and improving infrastructure to make these technologies safe, efficient, and beneficial for all. Now we look at the architecture and infrastructure for drones, which includes adapting airport infrastructure and building designs. Unmanned aircraft such as drones and eVTOLs, electric vertical takeoff and landing devices, require a completely different infrastructure than traditional aircraft. We need to focus on vertical takeoff and landing facilities and their integration into the urban environment. eVTOLs can bring significant benefits in the form of faster and more efficient transport, especially in densely populated urban areas. Thought needs to be given to how to integrate these aircraft into existing infrastructure and how to adapt urban plans to meet their needs. There are already some innovative projects and proposals for drones. One example is the Vertiports project, which are designed to allow safe and efficient eVTOL takeoffs and landings in urban environments. Another interesting example is the design of the Drone Tower concept, which is a tower with integrated platforms for the takeoff and landing of drones. This building could serve as a logistics center for delivering parcels or providing emergency and medical services. In addition to these examples, it is important that architects, urban planners, and developers work with the aerospace industry to make infrastructure for drones efficient and sustainable. This includes cooperation in the planning and construction of vertiports, integrating drones into air traffic management systems, and ensuring the safety of all airspace users. In order to realize the full potential of drones, it is essential that we focus on innovations in architecture and urban planning to enable these new modes of mobility to operate safely and efficiently. We will now look at how architects, urban planners, and developers can work with the automotive and aerospace industries to integrate new modes of mobility into the urban environment. Collaboration between urban planners and industry is essential for the successful implementation of new modes of mobility. Experts from different fields need to share their knowledge, experience, and technology in order to create an efficient and harmonious urban environment. A key element of this cooperation is data sharing and communication between sectors. Access to information on transport models, infrastructure, and user needs allows better coordination and planning of urban projects that take into account autonomous vehicles and aircraft. Although we have already made significant progress in new modes of mobility, we still face many challenges and opportunities in adapting to these technologies. Cities need to be prepared for the constant developments and changes brought about by innovations in transport. Some of the future challenges include addressing legal and regulatory issues, updating infrastructure, improving energy efficiency, and adapting to the changing needs of the population. On the other hand, new modes of mobility also bring many opportunities, such as creating new jobs, developing sustainable and green cities, and improving access to transport for all groups. In order to properly exploit these challenges and opportunities, it is important that architects, urban planners, developers, and industry collaborate intensively and share their knowledge, experience, and ideas. Through this collaboration, we will be able to design and implement infrastructure and urban environments that adapt to new types of mobility while taking into account the needs of residents, sustainability, and safety. New types of mobility, such as self-driving cars and pilotless aircraft, have great potential to improve people's lives, reduce congestion, increase safety, and improve the environment. To achieve these goals, it is important that governments, businesses, and citizens work together to create the right regulatory framework, develop infrastructure, and educate the public about the advantages and disadvantages of new modes of mobility. Together, we must embrace the innovation and technological advances that new modes of mobility bring us, while addressing potential issues such as privacy, cybersecurity, and the impact on the labor market. The development of new modes of mobility is unstoppable and will have a profound impact on our cities and society as a whole. To adapt to these changes, we need to collaborate, innovate, and think about how to design cities and infrastructure to meet the needs of future generations. Thank you for watching our video on new types of mobility, architecture, and urban planning. We hope we have provided you with interesting information about how technology is affecting our society and environment. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you liked our video and share it with friends who might be interested in this topic. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comments section below. Thank you for your time, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video. Have a great day and enjoy the rest of your day.